Hello everyone, this is Alex and welcome back to Heroic Elite Comics. Today we're diving into an incredible comic, The Absolute Superman, and this is truly amazing. So if you don't want to miss any update from our channel, don't forget to like and subscribe cause I will surely bring you more. This story kicks off on Krypton, but it presents the planet in a way we've never quite seen before. Unlike the traditional depictions of Krypton as a stunning advanced society with pristine skies and futuristic cityscapes, this version offers something more raw and complex. It's not a war-ravaged land, but it is a fractured world. Krypton society is run by the Science League, a group of intellectual elites who harness energy from their red sun and the planet's core, pushing for technological progress at any cost. These figures hold the highest status on Krypton, revered as the greatest minds. However, Superman's parents did not belong to this powerful class. Instead, they lived on the outskirts of this rigid hierarchy, working as farmers in the harsh Kryptonian wastelands. This is a major shift from what we usually see in Superman's origins. Traditionally, Superman's father, Jor-El, was part of the Science Guild, desperately warning Kryptonians of the planet's impending doom while being dismissed by his peers. That element remains, but it plays out differently here. Superman's family, being laborers, faces a tough existence. They rely on the unpredictable nature of their environment, always hoping for rainfall to sustain their land. The class system dictates everything in Krypton society. Superman's mother, Lara Lor-Van, was a brilliant student as a child. She had a promising future until she challenged the system, criticizing Krypton's neglect of interstellar exploration. For speaking out at the age of 9, she was labeled a troublemaker and banned from ever applying to the Science Academy. Her dream of becoming an astronaut was crushed by a society that valued obedience over curiosity. Kryptonians were required to wear symbols that signified their social rank. Those in the Science League bore prestigious insignias, while the Labor Guild's crest was a mark of shame, indicating poverty and lack of status. Yet Superman's parents wore this symbol with pride. This reimagining of the Superman mythos challenges a long-held notion. Traditionally, the House of El symbol was a family crest, proudly displayed on Superman's chest as a mark of heritage and later hope. But in this version, it carries an entirely different meaning. It is the emblem of Krypton's working class, a sign of struggle and resilience. Superman has many nicknames: the Man of Steel, the Man of Tomorrow, and the Man of the Sun. But in this story, the term Man of Steel takes on an entirely new significance. On Krypton, laborers like Superman's parents were known as the Children of the Sun, individuals who relied on their hands to survive. The phrase "People of Steel" doesn't just describe Superman's invulnerability, it signifies the toil and perseverance of his ancestors. The collapse of Krypton is presented in a fresh way. While Superman's father works as an engineer in the geological department, he hears whispers of stress fractures forming beneath the planet's surface. When Jor-El investigates, he doesn't immediately find anything conclusive, but corporate officials dismiss his concerns and order workers to continue. Krypton, despite its technological advancements, mirrors Earth's flawed economic systems, with a wealthy elite, a struggling labor force, and a managerial class enforcing the status quo. Defying orders, Jor-El refuses to let the workers continue until further investigations are conducted. This leads to conflict, but before anything can be resolved, fractures appear, releasing dangerous kryptonite radiation. One of the supervisors is consumed by the energy, burned alive, while Jor-El barely escapes with his life. The scene shifts to Earth, Brazil to be exact, suggesting this takes place after Superman's journey from Krypton. This transition highlights the similarities between Kryptonian and human societies. Once again, we see a rigid hierarchy where the wealthy thrive while the working class struggles. The setting is a diamond mine, where migrant workers face brutal conditions. Days earlier, miners uncovered a large asbestos deposit while digging through the kimberlite ore, which typically holds diamonds. Despite the deadly risk, they were ordered to continue. For those unaware, asbestos is a known carcinogen that causes cancer, and though banned in many places, workers in the past were unknowingly exposed to it. Here, these miners have no choice but to comply. A deadly blizzard of asbestos dust engulfs their shantytown, but when they try to leave, they are held at gunpoint and reminded of their contracts with the Lazarus Corporation. As an incentive, the company offers hazard pay, about $300 more than a month's wages. But when the previous year's diamond haul was worth $200 million, it's clear how little the workers are valued. Yet they keep working, not for the money alone, but for their families. Corporations exploit their sense of duty, using the promise of a better life for their loved ones as leverage. Then, something strange happens. The next morning, the mined ore is already crushed, the asbestos is gone, and the air is clear. The miners are baffled. This shouldn't be possible. This isn't the first time such an event has occurred, leading to rumors of mysterious figures traveling from mine to mine, ensuring the safety of workers through unexplained means. Flashback to the night before. The mine's overseer encounters a cloaked figure, Superman in disguise. Unlike the grand godlike hero of past stories, this Superman operates in secrecy. He listens to the suffering of the people and acknowledges the injustice of the world. Superman's morality is shaped by what he sees. When discussing the state of the world, he says he has witnessed wonders, but also deep cruelty. He understands that, for many, survival is the only truth that matters. These miners don't have the luxury of debating ethics. They work because their families depend on them. For Superman, power comes with responsibility, and he wants to use his strength to challenge these systems of oppression. The Lazarus Corporation won't let its workers go without a fight. Their enforcers, the peacemakers, arrive at the mines, suspecting foul play. Tensions rise as the overseers interrogate the miners, pushing them for answers. But when one of the workers refuses to cooperate, a peacemaker raises his weapon, only for it to shatter as Superman steps forward. The battle erupts, and despite being outnumbered, Superman holds his ground, using both his strength and wits. The fight isn't just about physical prowess. It's a statement that the oppressed will no longer stand idly by. The miners, inspired, push back against their oppressors, marking the beginning of a larger movement. Absolute Superman redefines the character, grounding him in the harsh realities of oppression and labor. His origins are no longer tied to nobility, but to the working class, making his fight for justice even more personal. This comic presents a Superman who isn't just invincible in body, but unbreakable in spirit. His battle is not just against villains, but against the very systems that oppress the powerless. As Superman's influence spreads, the Lazarus Corporation retaliates, tightening its grip on the workforce. Strikes erupt across the region, emboldened by his presence. The media begins to take notice, portraying Superman as either a vigilante menace or a beacon of hope, depending on the outlet. Meanwhile, Kryptonian artifacts buried deep in the earth hint at a forgotten history, one that ties Superman's people closer to humanity than anyone realized. That's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring news stories and stay heroic.